In recent weeks, we've seen multiple child-related bills signed into law, including House Bills 605, 674, 815, and Senate Bill 722. We will explore the contents in these bills in a bit. This week, we didn't see a ton of committee activity. However, the legislature did address the future of medical marijuana and released a children's laws omnibus bill. And in budget news, the wait for details on the conference report continue. Although there's been some signaling that it may be mid-August before the budget is voted upon. And one quick note, remember, our legislative updates do not cover all of the bills we're monitoring. It simply highlights a few notable bills that have moved that particular week. All right, let's dive in. So House Bill 605, the School Threat Assessment Teams Bill, is a multi-pronged approach to addressing school safety via the implementation of peer-to-peer support groups in partnership with the Centers for Safer Schools to also create threat assessment and intervention tools for students whose behavior could jeopardize school safety and/or self-harm. It would also require the placement of school crisis kits in each school. This bill was signed into law last week on July 7th. House Bill 674, the Child Advocacy Center's Share Information Bill, would establish criteria for children's advocacy centers to receive state funds. It would also establish confidentiality requirements for the sharing of information and access to records held by children's advocacy centers and multidisciplinary teams. It would also establish immunity from liability for certain circumstances, multidisciplinary teams, individuals, and volunteers working within the Child Advocacy Center. This bill was signed into law this week, July 10th. House Bill 815, the Loving Homes Act, a bill with sponsors from both sides of the aisle, would set the maximum number of children in a foster home to 5, unless keeping a group of siblings from being separated. But this is all contingent upon the foster parent's stamina, skill, and ability to care for the children. This bill was also signed into law July 7th. Then there's Senate Bill 722, Child Care Flexibilities. This bill would direct the Department of Health and Human Services and the Division of Child Development and Early Education to develop and implement criteria to allow the Child Development Associate, or CDA, credential to satisfy education requirements of the star rating system for child care facilities. This bill was signed into law July 10th as well. And then there's Senate Bill 90, Search of Students' Person. Until late this week, this bill was focused on revising current law to include requiring any searches of students to be conducted in private with one school official and one adult witness of the same sex as the student was being searched. However, Wednesday of this week, Senate Bill 90 became the Children's Laws Omnibus Bill. It is now more than 20 pages of various legislative proposals, including prohibiting the discussion of gender identity, sexuality, and sexual activity for 4th and 5th graders, requiring parental consent for extracurricular activities, health questionnaires, and the requirement that parents be notified of mental health concerns related to the child. The bill also lays out a plan for age-restricted areas of libraries, as well as a system for parents to contest textbook contents amongst a cadre of other children-related topics. The bill awaits its next committee date. That was a lot, right? Well, remember, you can check our live bill tracker anytime to get updates on these and the many other bills we're monitoring. It's on our website and it'll be linked in the legislative update email. Thank you so much for all you do for kids and families. All right, y'all. Make it a great one.